It's actually been a while since we've done an NCIXPC episode, but this one is going to be particularly fun. This is the IG-510S featuring the Corsair Obsidian Series 250D Mini ITX case. So I'm like manhandling this thing, but don't worry guys, don't judge it by its size. Judge it instead by its performance and looks, because it has both. As usual, we're going to start with the outside of the system. So as I said before, this is the 250D from Corsair, and it is a whole lot of fun in a small package, which means we're basically like kindred spirits. Anyway, on the front of the case, we've got a power button, a reset button, nice little recessed reset button, so you're not going to accidentally hit that. We've also got a full-size 5¼ inch base, something you don't find on a lot of MITX cases. We've also got two USB 3 super speed ports, headphone jack, microphone jack, and look at this, folks, two little buttons right here that allow you to completely remove the front so that you can see the filter that allows you to have up to a 200mm fan installed in the front, although it comes pre-installed with a 140mm fan, and you can remove that filter and clean it. You've also got their subtle glow, a term coined by the crazy Russian, subtle glow lighting effects, and then you can also see where the airflow actually comes in from when you do have this piece in place. It's actually quite easy. See, I'm going to do it one-handed while holding the system. It's quite easy. See how easy it is? I would make a great infomercial guy. All right, so on the right-hand side, we have two 120mm fan spots, one of which is being taken up by a water cooler, but you can't really tell that from the outside. On the other side, we have more ventilation with removable mesh fan filter in place, and then you can't really see much beyond that because it's a fan filter, but don't worry, guys. Corsair is all about showing off your hardware, and the window that you were maybe hoping was on the side is there on the top, so you can see down onto your motherboard, your RAM, your CPU cooler, and your graphics card. On the bottom of the system, we find yet another fan filter, so this one's for the power supply at the bottom, and then on the back, we find said power supply, as well as the I/O provided by MSI's Mini ITX Gaming Series board. We actually got two more 60mm fan mounts, although those probably most people won't use, because if you have positive air pressure inside the case overall, then you're going to have passive exhaust there anyway, as well as our up to 3+1 in NVIDIA Surround, so 3 displays and an auxiliary one that are powered by a GTX 760 Gaming Edition card. Oh yeah, the last cool thing at the back, check this out. These 4 thumb screws come out and give you access to up to two 3.5 inch and two 2.5 inch drive cages so that you can easily swap things in and out. The only thing you'll have to do by accessing it from the inside is install the wires. See that? Nice little toolless sleds there. And as usual, as we always do on the show, we're going to rip her apart and find out what makes her tick. So the top piece with the window comes off. Pretty solid, but it's hard to make a case that isn't reasonably solid feeling for an MITX case because all the panels are quite small. And then those two side panels come off. So it's a total of 6 thumb screws that you take apart to get the case open. And then check this out. I had talked about the fan filters on the insides here. You can take those off if you want. They're simple magnetic fan filters that go on over top of those gaps there. So there you have it. Once it's open, it's actually a fairly open internal design. Now, I want to take a moment to talk about the use of the positive airflow, like positive pressure concept here. So all 3 fans, the two 120s on the side, one of which is the AF sort of series, AFL or whatever they call it, the light non-rubber grommeted version. So one of them is an airflow series fan. Another one is presumably, yep, that's a static pressure optimized fan on the H60 radiator. And then the last one is an AF140 series at the front of the case. These are all configured as intakes, which means that we have passive exhaust coming out of the case everywhere else. If you have all filtered intakes, then having positive air pressure can, according to some manufacturers, reduce the amount of dust buildup inside the case, and according to the Crazy Russians testing, was the optimal configuration for cooling in this particular case. Now, once we move around to the other side, we can see MSI's GTX 760 Gaming. This is a 2 gig graphics card. It's a short graphics card, and it's as much of a showcase piece in this particular build as anything else, because as you can see, the 250D can easily handle a longer graphics card if you want. You can use a blower style card, you can use an open air style card like this one. Pretty much the sky is the the limit because it's got ventilation right next to it. If I go ahead and flip it around this way, now all of a sudden you can see a couple of things. Number one is all that cable management space in the front of the case. You can fit a full-size power supply. You want to put an AX1200i with all the cables in here? Go for it. The front fan comes with a fan grill so that the cables that you have to kind of cram in there and bunch up for cable management aren't going to interfere with the fan blade spinning, and there is a ton of space for them. You can also see the motherboard itself, and you can see, yes, more subtle lighting effects. There's a BitPhoenix Alchemy strip right there at the back. I realize I've been talking about the inside of the system for quite a while here without actually talking about the main guts. It's got a 4670K, and with that liquid cooler on there, you can probably do a little bit of overclocking. Two 4GB sticks of Corsair Vengeance Pro memory, as well as MSI Z87i gaming motherboard. So this has the kinds of features that you'd normally find on a fully fledged ATX size gaming board. So you've got better onboard sound, you've got better onboard networking, you've got actually AC wireless to go along with the better wired networking, and then of course, gaming sort of themed color scheme, red and black, to go along with the rest of this system. The power supply is a CX600, and it's kind of hidden away in the bottom down there. I'll have a hard time showing you that, but trust me, it's in there. And then for the drive, it's using a Corsair 240GB Force 3 SSD. So actually, now that it's open, I can show you how you actually plug in those drives that you access from the back. So they're plugged in just at the back here, up to two 2.5-inch and two 3.5-inch, or four 2.5-inch drives, whichever works best for you. That leads us finally to rear I/O, where we find a PS2 keyboard mouse combo port. We've got two USB 2.0 ports, optical audio out, HDMI, DisplayPort, DVI, two antennas for the AC wireless, eSATA, four USB 3.0 ports, gigabit LAN, and 7.1 audio out. On to the value proposition stuff. The system comes with Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, Splinter Cell Blacklist, Batman Arkham Origins, and Rome 2 Total War, or Total War Rome 2, or whatever they call that game, for a total of $230 worth of top-notch gaming titles. That's based on Steam pricing as of the time of filming this. If you do actually choose the MSI board, of course it's customizable, in-house warranty and tech support and all that stuff you get from NCIX, including full customizability. If you do decide to go with the MSI board, it also comes with a little MSI door hanger. I'm sorry, I'm busy gaming. And then there's I'm not here. So those are the only two options. That's great. And then an MSI gaming case badge as well. But I shouldn't have to necessarily convince you of the value proposition based on freebies and games, because this is a bit of a new practice that I hadn't actually heard of before, but apparently it's normal. Under the video, in the video description, there is a link to all this stuff in PC Parts Picker. Nothing to hide. Guys, the pricing is competitive. Don't worry about it. Go check it out. Go make sure for yourself, because it is definitely a pretty sweet little rig, and at a fair price. $13.99. Thank you for checking out this NCIXPC episode of NCIX Tech Tips. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this from NCIX.com.